Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is a special edition of the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. And I'm pleased to have on a returning guest. I had him on quite some time ago, and he's grown up a little bit. He's now a freshman in college at Massachusetts Maritime Academy. And before I even go further, I just got to say, salute to you, buddy.
Thank you.
How's everything with you been? I mean, obviously, you being able to come on, I want to hear about the football season and everything else, but just with you, how you been?
I've been doing great. I've been out of school for a little bit right now because the some of the majors at my school are on sea term, learning how to use the ships and everything like that. So I just came back from Florida recently for 2 weeks, helping doing preservation work down there and helping painting houses for um, families down there. And now I've just been working, trying to make some money, working out before I go back to school.
Now, I want to talk about that because I think a lot of people, and I asked you this before we started the interview, not to say that the academy is not a college, it is, but it's a little bit different than a normal, like Southern or UConn. It's a little bit different. So for people who may are like, oh, what is the difference? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so it's a regimented academy. So we follow basically like it would be going to the Coast Guard Academy or going to the Naval Academy or something like that. So we wear uniforms of the day. Freshmen are like the lowest ranks there. We're fourth class cadets. So we have to do wake up at 5 in the morning. We have room inspections where they come and make sure all of our clothes are lined up on our racks and our racks are made. Our pillows are tucked. There's no dust in the room or anything like that. There can't be any water in the sinks. So it has to be pretty tidied up in there. We have to make sure our uniforms are all ironed when you're wearing them. Then we have morning formation where we salute the flag and we march. And then we'll go to class. Usually after class, I'll lift this in the off season. So right now I lift after practice or after class and then go back to my room. I'll do some homework and then we'll have to have mandatory open door study hours from 8 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock at night. So we leave all of our electronics outside of our door and we have squad leaders um, make like coming in, checking in on us, make sure we're doing good with our schoolwork and everything like that. So then we'll go to bed after taps at 10 o'clock at night and wake up and do it all over again.
It really sounds like to me that if you are somebody who does not like structure, well, it's full on structure. It sounds like.
Yes, definitely.
Now,
It's hard to adapt to, but
really?
yeah.
Now, what was the dumb question? But for you, what was the hardest thing to adapt to for you?
Um, well, a silly one off the rip is shaving my head every day. I mean, I have to have a complete buzz cut. This is way too long right now. I have to have a zero, so nothing, no guard on the razor, just complete zero. So that was pretty tough. But I think the toughest thing to adapt to was kind of just the whole structure part of it and learning all the little things that you need to know. That stuff is like, oh, that's going to get you in trouble. There's little things like you can't have dust in your room. That's you have to dust every day. It's like, oh, I'm a college kid, why would I have to dust? But it's just all about like becoming a man in life, I guess, and they're trying to shape you up for when you go into the work field.
Oof, that's like you said, it's a little bit different than college, and that's definitely,
Yeah,
can't have dust and
yeah.
ironing too. I mean, I'm sure you ironed before you went to school, but
Mm,
whole new thing as far as
yeah.
just like you said.
Military iron that you have to learn like the different ways to iron. So it's stuff that you have to adapt to.
Really?
Yep.
Whew. Jeez. Give you a lot of credit, man. I don't know if I can
Thank
do that, you
you.
know.
Yeah.
But obviously, Colbe, you had a very fantastic career at Valley Regional, Old Lyme, the co-op for the football program.
Thank you.
And, when I spoke to you last, it was obviously during the cancellation of the season and not being able to play and such.
Mm,
So when you had the opportunity, obviously your first couple of days, I'm sure football wasn't on your mind as far as just trying to get acclimated to school. But when
yeah.
you were able to step on the gridiron again, just take me into that. Like how awesome was that for you?
Yeah, so I'm super thankful that I actually got to get on the field and not just practice, but actually get game time too. So I'm super thankful for that. It was, I mean, it's football. How can you not love it? Getting back on the field just felt great, and especially being at a new position, it was like a challenge every day going out there and trying to learn something new.
And the new position, and for people who have, maybe not been following what you've done at Massachusetts Maritime Academy, you converted from wide receiver to quarterback, a little bit different than Julian Edelman at Kansas State
Yeah.
going from quarterback to wide receiver. You did
Yep.
the reverse. So
Mhm.
how was that something that you knew your like the first day of practice? I mean, take me into that.
Yeah, so during the whole recruiting process with schools, I was always either I was going to be a wide receiver or safety at different schools, but Massachusetts Maritime Academy, they wanted me to be a quarterback, which I thought was pretty cool because when I was in Pee Wee football, I played quarterback for a couple years, but nothing like at the college level. Um, so during the summer, I worked out um, trying to practice being a quarterback with Dave Perry and Def QB coach, and they helped me out tremendously with getting my mechanics down and just getting out there and working all the time. Whenever, like every weekend, we were out there throwing the football around, and me and my couple of my friends were throwing during the weekdays. It was just I just had to get down my fundamentals.
And the fundamentals, I mean, as we know, playing quarterback, it's as you said, as far as the dusting and the ironing, quarterback is kind of the same way. Everything is broken down to the footwork, the shoulder placement. If it's a little bit off, you're talking about a ball from right and right at the hands to above the head, or
Mm.
behind or in front.
Yep.
So do you feel like in some ways that you know what you have gone through, as far as, like you said, you wake up at 4:45, 5 o'clock, you have a routine? Do you feel
Yeah.
like that kind of helped with you switching positions in a sense?
Yeah. It's just going with the flow. You know what I mean? You got to just whatever the world throws at you, you got to just learn to take it. So I guess yeah, like you said, with the room inspections, everything, it was kind of like something much different in my life, like than at home, like just waking up and doing what I want. You can't do it at that school. So same thing with being quarterback. There's things that you can't do. You have to focus on your footwork, like you were saying, and your shoulders and everything like that. So yeah, I guess they're similar in a way.
Your first game at quarterback, I want to hear about how were you feeling? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you kind of in between? Take me into that.
I was sort of shocked when I they told me that I was going in, and I was more of the running quarterback, so they would put me in I guess like third downs when we needed a couple yards or in the end zone or the red zone, my fault. And so they were like, just stay my QB coach was just like stay by my hip all game in case we need you.
Mhm.
So I just remember him calling my name, got in there, did what I needed to do.
That's awesome. I mean, hey, it's all about preparation and being ready. And
Hmm.
I'm sure, during practice, like you said, you were getting your throws in. I'm sure you were taking as many reps as you could,
Yeah.
repetitions. Um,
Yes.
when did you feel like the position started to, because with anything, the game speeds up. But
Yep.
over time, if you get comfortable and get that confidence, then you start to see things different. For you, when did you feel like the game started to slow down at the quarterback position for you?
I think it was probably just when I got my confidence up. I think after my first touchdown, I
Mhm.
truly started to like believe in myself, and I was like, okay, I can do this. It's nothing different than high school football. It's just a bunch of guys that want to hit you. So just probably yeah, after my first touchdown, I'd say like the game started to slow down and my confidence got up.
And that first touchdown, looking back when you were when you were playing for the Co-op Valley Regional Lyme,
Yeah.
uh, could you have ever dreamt that your first college touchdown was not going to be a wide receiver, but quarterback?
Yeah, and no, I didn't because I put so much effort into being a wide receiver in high school, and I didn't even think about playing quarterback. It was just always safety and wide receiver. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
It's funny too because your former coach, Coach Sanchez, texted me and said, "Hey, I don't know if you know, and that's how I found out about you playing quarterback. He was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Kobe's playing quarterback," and I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought he was a wide receiver, and he was like, "Dude,
Yeah.
you gotta check it out." So I was like, "Okay," because I thought he was just yanking my chain, and then I saw, I looked at the numbers, I watched a video, and I was like, well, "Gosh darn it, he's playing quarterback." That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. So as far as the season itself, if you had to grade yourself, like, be honest, how do you think your growth was from the beginning of the season to the end of the season at the quarterback position?
Um, I think I grew a lot with help from all the coaches. Uh, they like watching film consistently, watching film every day with Coach Cameron, and just being out on the field. I mean, it's all about repetitions. So from the first practice to last practice, I think I grew a good amount, and I'm excited to keep working on it over the summer and come back and be much better than I was this year.
Now, apologize if I don't remember all of your numbers, but did you throw the ball a lot your first year at quarterback?
No, I actually, well, a little bit. I threw the ball not as much as I ran. I was more the running quarterback.
Okay. So would that be potentially something that may be added to the repertoire next season as far as throwing?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I like to think that I have a pretty big arm, so I can get the ball out there, and I would love to throw the ball more.
I've seen some of the tweets of you throwing the football, dude, and you could huck it a little bit. It can get there. So it wouldn't be
Yeah,
bad to show off the cannon a little bit.
yeah.
Maritime, let him throw it a little bit. It's okay. But Kobe, that's awesome. I'm so happy to be able to hear that you're doing really well. Both academically, physically. Obviously, you've gotten bigger, but I couldn't be happier for you, man. Really.
I appreciate it a lot.
Now, I want to talk about the high school landscape for a second because obviously you played many, many years, at the varsity level and doing a fantastic job there when you were at the high school level. Um, do you, as far as, if you had any friends on the team still, I know the season did not go great, but
Mhm.
what was it like for the kids who were still on the team to get back on the football field and at least play another high school season?
Yeah, I know that everyone is super excited just to get back out there, and it was different with not having like a true like senior class when we were seniors. Because when I was a sophomore playing, I know the seniors had a big impact on me,
Yeah.
and I think it was weird for them just jumping to being straight seniors and not really having like the figures to look up to and like for the leadership aspect of it. Um, but yeah, everyone loved to get back out on the field.
Were you able to go to any games or anything like that, or was it just your schedule? I mean, I'm sure your schedule was jam packed.
Yeah. So on the weekends I would come home, and I think I went to about, I think, 2 or 3 home games, something like that. So just to get back there and watch my boys play.
How weird was it that you were on the opposite side after being on the field for so long, and then the next time that you would be able to go to a game, it's not playing, it's
Yeah,
watching, observing. How was
yeah.
that?
It was strange because I was there with my old high school quarterback, Jack Cox, and we were just reminiscing a little bit. It was funny. Missing our senior year and what we could have been.
How's he doing, by the way? I had him on the podcast sometime. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Yeah. He just went back up to school. He's living college.
Now, is he playing college football or no?
Yeah, he is. He's a quarterback at Amherst.
Oh, yes, yes, the NESCAC, Amherst, yeah, the
Yeah.
Mammoths. Again,
Hmm.
it's crazy that, and again, Connecticut had a lot of kids go not just to UConn, but to
Yeah.
a lot of schools, man. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Army and Navy picked up some high school kids here from the state, and that's got to be
Yep.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. One of my buddies, Quinn McBride, goes to Navy for lacrosse.
Really?
Yep. So me and him are kind of we'll send photos back and forth wearing like the same uniforms and stuff like that. So that's pretty funny.
How strict are they? Worse than you guys as far as being strict?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I really don't know. I know that they can have a little bit of hair as a freshman where we can't have hair. So I guess good for them.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I didn't mean worse in a bad way. I don't want anybody coming
Yeah.
after me being like, "Oh,
Oh,
he's saying it's terrible." No, I'm not. It's just I could not do the whole no
yeah.
dust. Bed's got to be made perfect. Like, no, can't do that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Every
I'm
single
not.
day. Whew.
Yeah.
Jeez. So you have what? I know the schedule for you for school. You said that you've got what, a couple weeks off before you go back, right?
Yep. I think I had in total about close to 3 months, 2.5, almost 3 months off from my winter break.
Jeez, that's like a super, super extended winter break.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, so I go back March 1st or sometime around then.
Now, is that going to be like that for your sophomore, junior, and senior year as far as having all these elongated breaks?
Yes, yes, it will be. But
So,
we have to get
mhm,
we have to like do stuff. I know all the you go on C term, you're freshman,
mhm,
sophomore, and I believe it's your senior year as well.
okay.
Yeah.
So, what is because I never actually asked you, so I apologize for not asking you, but what is the major, what is the end game as far as what will you, like, once you graduate, what
hmm
will you be at that point?
Um, so I will be my major is emergency management, and I heard it to maybe minor in homeland security, but not quite possibly sure yet. That's I think my junior year when that comes along. But after my 4 years there, I will hopefully want to serve in the military for 4 years and then go out and get another job after that.
So, am I going to see you like in 10 years working for some big time company or some big time government, and it's like this dude's super famous now?
Yeah, let's hope so. I'm hoping that's the goal.
But before you can do that, you got to score another 50 touchdowns your sophomore, junior, and senior year. That's the goal. Get to 50.
Yeah,
But hey, Colbe, it was great to be able to have you on and being able to catch up and reminisce on some of the past stuff and the present. And your sophomore year is going to be a lot of fun, I think, for myself to watch and just to be able to see another Connecticut talent who, albeit lost a year because of COVID, but is showing that you can rise above that, and you're doing obviously very, very well. So I couldn't be happier for you.
thank you.
That'll wrap things up here from the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe. Remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent. I'm on my journey, find them all. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and be well.